The Educators Union of South Africa has served the Basic Education Department with a legal letter saying it intends to interdict the opening of schools on the 1st of June. Teachers' unions doubt schools' readiness to receive grade 7 and 12 learners on the proposed date. Siphiwe Mpungose is the General Secretary of the Educators Union. He joins us now via Skype. A very good evening to you, Mr. Mpungose, and thank you so much for speaking to us. So we'll get to what exactly you are seeking when you say a detailed plan, but what are you getting back in terms of reports from teachers, principals on the ground, and schools' readiness or lack thereof?
Good evening. We as teachers, we need and we have this union that is non-politically aligned, which faces all the facts. The facts are against reopening of schools, and we felt that the minister's announcement was irresponsible, negligent, and putting many lives of teachers and learners in danger. So we couldn't fold our arms and allow the situation to unfold where we will regret to have reopened the schools. One, we know that in winter, this virus gains momentum, and in fact, we've seen what happened in Europe and in America. Why do we have to send our kids in winter to fight or to face an invisible enemy? It is irresponsible.
It's a very strong accusation to say that the minister has been negligent, and if I were to extrapolate from what you're saying, deliberately placing children in danger of contracting COVID-19. The minister was very clear that they are relying on expert and medical advice, and this is why they've taken this decision. So how do you then justify the accusation that you're making?
The experts that are advising the minister are the very same experts who has advised that Parliament should be closed, and we must use online communication. So the experts must advise Parliament to open. If it is safe for the kids to go to school and the teachers, let them open Parliament. Let them go to Parliament and call their meetings there, so that we know when we feel confident that it is safe now. But the experts told us initially that winter is very dangerous because temperatures are low and this virus spreads faster and is airborne. So it will move faster and infect many people in winter. So the minister was very irresponsible and negligent with the experts. We want to reiterate with those experts who initially told us this information, and they have gone to contradict it. So we no longer believe this experts.
But is it not fair to say that even amongst the experts that there is a difference of opinion based on a difference of information available, based on different scenarios as well? So I'd imagine that you're making these statements based on your own expert opinion that you're receiving, and I'd imagine that it is scientific in itself. So what information are you receiving, and is it something that you will reveal in the court papers?
Yes, it is fair to say that we also rely on experts and advice, which is why we have been consistently saying reopening of schools at this point in time will be very suicidal and negligent. So the experts that the government, like Professor Karim, he is the one who told us when the lockdown began that we need to have 44 and below daily infections. Then the country can ease lockdown. The very same professor is the one now who's saying it is safe when the daily infections are above 18,000. We can't rely on these self-contradicting experts.
Okay, can you share the literature that is shared by your experts. What are they saying? What have they found? And when do they believe it would be prudent for children to go back? And what are they using? I mean, we need some sort of, evidentiary proof that there are scientific differences of opinion here. It's one thing you just positing an opinion saying that you don't think that the minister acted in the best interest. You're saying you're using experts. What are those experts saying?
They are saying we need to move with the strength of the virus. The higher temperatures, this virus does not spread when there are higher temperatures. So we are saying September is the ideal period for schools to reopen when temperatures in the country are higher, because that will minimize the strength of the virus. This is the expert advice we got.
Okay,
so we
your
want
court
to rely.
action is not just about clear guidelines, because the minister would probably then furnish you with that. So I'm asking the question, should she furnish you with those guidelines in relation to the risk of transmission at schools that are overcrowded, the guidelines on children with disability, feeding schemes, etc., etc.? Would you then accept those guidelines and then say you agree that children should go back to school on the 1st of June?
We have a serious problem with this minister, I must tell you. There was in the Western Cape a principals meeting. We just received information today that after that meeting, 2 school principals have tested positive. 2 school principals. This is the current information we received today. So we have a problem with this minister. I don't know where this minister is getting advice or consult, because seemingly it's out of reality, it's untouched, it's away with reality and what is happening on the ground. We are saying the information we got from the experts that we consult and the experts that they consulted have come up to national television and said the virus does not spread faster in higher temperatures. So both camps, us and them, have the same advice. Why it is difficult for her to just wait until the temperatures in the country are higher, then reopen schools?
You seem to be singling her out personally. If that is the case and that is your belief based on facts, why are you then not taking court action against her, personally seeking damages against her for attempting or seeking to endanger school-going children in this country?
Our legal team, as we speak now, are busy at work with the interdict papers, which by tomorrow we'll know what's going on. But we are also going forward if she persists, because she needs to be charged with attempted genocide. Once we get, like now we have 2 principals who have tested positive after the principals meeting in Western Cape. We are recording that information. When there are children who are also testing positive after going to school, when there are teachers who are testing positive after reporting for duty, we will be charging this minister with attempted genocide. Right. And we will demand compensation.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. The General Secretary of the Educators Union, Siphiwe Mpungose, so you've heard it here on The Full View. They are accusing the Basic Education Department Minister of recklessness and saying that if she goes ahead with the move to open schools on the 1st of June, could be guilty of a genocide. Well, we'll see if we can get a response from the Department of Basic Education.